Netflix's The Midnight Club features mysterious visions of an old man and an old woman. But what are these spirits, and why are they at Brightcliff? Netflix's The Midnight Club features haunting visions of an old man and woman who stalk Brightcliff Manor, a hospice for teenagers with a terminal diagnosis, loosely inspired by Christopher Pike's 1994 novel. Mike Flanagan's The Midnight Club is essentially an extended discussion about death. All the main protagonists have received a terminal diagnosis, which they struggle to deal with in their own individual ways. Iman Benson stars as Ilonka, the latest teenager to arrive at the hospice, and she appears to be unusually susceptible to the mystic legacy of Brightcliff Manor. The others sometimes see a mysterious living shadow stalking them, symbolic of the shadow of death. But Ilonka finds herself experiencing strange visions of the manor as it used to be in the past. There are even disturbing occasions when she sees an old man and an old woman. And there seems to be a disturbing connection between these two specters and imminent death. The old man and old woman are one of the more mysterious aspects of the latest Mike Flanagan Netflix horrors. The cliffhanger ending of The Midnight Club reveals the old man and old woman are actually the Freelands, a couple who built the estate that would become Brightcliff Manor. Throwaway dialogue suggests they are the Eaters of Years, mythical beings who visit young people who are dying and sustain themselves by devouring their lost years. Brightcliff Manor has become the perfect feeding ground for the Eaters of Years, with a constant stream of dying teenagers ferried into its rooms. How the Eaters of Years fit into the Midnight Club's story. There's clearly a narrative through line running through Brightcliff Manor's past in the Midnight Club. Presumably the Freelands chose to build their estate on a place of mystical energy, one they could use to sustain themselves. The young cast of the Midnight Club are all potential victims, sources of sustenance. It's telling that Ilonka sees one of the Eaters of Years hovering over Anya's Bay, consuming her years, shortly before the shadow of death begins to stalk her roommate. There's probably not a direct connection between the Freelands and the shadow of death, however, with the old man and old woman simply serving as a harbinger of the so-called living shadow. The interesting question is whether Dr. Stanton, ultimately revealed to be a member of the Paragons, is working alongside the Eaters of Years. The Paragon symbol is an upturned hourglass, representing death flowing into life, so it's possible she too is consuming the life force of her dying charges to sustain her life. She certainly keeps framed newspaper clippings of the Freelands on the walls of her room, which seems deeply suspicious. Flanagan's The Midnight Club appears to be hinting at a dark conspiracy between one living person and two ghosts, with these teenagers paying the price. It's possible this theme will be further developed should Netflix move forward with The Midnight Club Season 2.